everybody. I just wanted to give a little video of the new SearchCam 3000 that replaces the other SearchCam that we had on both the squads. This came as a grant purchase. There are some differences and a few similarities as well. So I just wanted to kind of briefly go over this, not bog you down with a 20-minute video, and then have you go out there, put this thing together, put it into play, and become familiar with it. So some of the differences from the old camera compared to the new was that we have a colored camera opposed to just the black and white. This is the color camera unit right here. It still has that 240 degree turning radius. You do have to manipulate the unit to go ahead and go around in a circle. It will kind of sweep back and forth 240 degrees. The other camera that is new is a infrared camera that will allow us to kind of have that same kind of view as a thermal imager. It will give you a thermal image of maybe underwater if you're searching in an underwater area or a dark area where you can't get any light into. But this camera does have a LED light. It has the speaker and, like I said, the color camera. The other things that are different compared to the other camera are that it is you're allowed to detach this camera from the post, from the extension pole right here, and then remotely go ahead and attach it to a couple of these different pieces. So we'll just unscrew this like this. You can see it has a cable that's in here right now. This is just a simple pull off like that. And now you have your camera. Now this is a 70-foot cable, and then this here is a 75-foot rope. At no time are you to go ahead and use the cable to go ahead and suspend the camera. The weight of the camera is suspended by the rope, okay? So you would take this anodized red cone. You can pass this cable through that cone like this, and then just plug this in like that. And then you would screw this onto the top of your connection here. And now take your carabiner with your rope spool and then connect that to the round connection piece that's on top of this spool. And now you're able to go ahead and drop this down into a hole with your 75-foot cable. Drop this down in. This end of this cable right here would be still connected to your video control unit, your colored screen. That's another thing that's different compared to the old one, is the screen is colored. And when you're down there looking around with this, you would control your camera function by utilizing the different function keys, the soft keys that are on the pistol grip. These pieces that are on here, the soft keys, they're also listed on the top. The top being you can move the camera left to right. As you move it left to right, it's going to pause when it comes to center, and then you just keep it down depressed, and it will continue to sweep over. You can increase or decrease your lighting, your speaker, and then the PTT is the push to talk. You have to push to talk on that end and then release to go ahead and hear somebody speaking on the other end. So the way that this connects in here is just a simple just push down, align the pins, push it down, just like that. This piece we'll go ahead and plug into the back here, like that. Your headset plugs into the bottom here, just like that, super simple. The other thing that's very different compared to the other model, those of you that are familiar with it, the battery pack that we had used to be shoulder slung. On this one, the batteries, they're Li-ion batteries, and they load right into the back of the unit right here, just like that. This gives us 50% more operating power compared to the other batteries. You can do a hot swap if you notice that your batteries are getting low, as indicated on the screen. You'll be able to unscrew one of these, take one of the fresh batteries and throw it in here, and that will keep you extending your operation without having to shut down the unit. When you do power up the unit, you just push this red button right here, put that on. It will go ahead and then go through a bunch of displays and stuff and warnings, and you'll get through that, and then the unit will be ready to function. A couple of other features that are on here compared to the other one are that this can go, like I had briefly mentioned, it can go underwater. The way this goes underwater, it can go under 75 feet. In order for you to do that, this is the speaker portion of the camera. For you to submerge this underwater, you have to put the underwater protecting piece on here. This simply slides over the camera piece all the way over, all the way to the end, and then there's two red arrows that are on here that you line up. And what that does is it seals the water from getting into the speaker portion and damaging the internal functions of the camera. And now you can connect this. Now you can drop this down 75 feet underwater and then do your do your searching just like that. But remember, this has to be in place or you'll go ahead and destroy the camera. So that's that. Your charging cable, this here, just pretty simple. Plugs into here. And then your battery charging unit, this just plugs into here. A simple screw to keep that on there. And then you can charge 3 batteries at the same time. They just load in here. There's only one way the batteries can go in. You can't mess it up. And then just plug this in, and these will turn green indicator lights when they're charged. So that's that. This unit also is able to record video and still images. The SD card that's included in your pack will go into this side piece right here. It will load in here. Just push that in and then load your SD card in here. On the function screen, you are able to visually look at just the last image that was captured, whether it's video or camera. You're not able from this screen to look at all the images or all the videos that you took. You'd have to plug it into a computer. The other function that's unique to this screen is before, if you remember, we would have to kind of cover yourself if you're in bright light in order to see the screen. This screen has a function called Clear Bright technology, so it will adjust its settings if you're in bright light, and you'll still be able to see the screen, you know, even in bright light conditions in the middle of the sun without shading it, okay, which is different from what we had before. One of the other things that are really cool about this is it comes with the infrared camera. So this is the infrared camera, and this simply detaches by depressing this small little silver spring-loaded mechanism right here. Just pull it down towards you and then twist the camera and then pull it off, and then take your infrared camera and then just push it in and then twist. You'll feel it lock. Now you're good to go. Okay, now you're in infrared mode. You have to shut the unit off in order to hot swap this out like that, I believe. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Periodically, this kit does come with silicone grease. They do recommend that the O-rings that are in here and on this top piece right here, that you go ahead and put just a small amount of silicone grease in there, and that way it will keep this thing watertight. That's pretty much it. I encourage you again, go out, put this together, go ahead and train with it. It will come out to Station 4 and over to Station 19. You guys play around with it. You can call me if you have any questions. I can also come out to the station and I can answer any questions that you have. Also, real quick, another feature that this has is these extendable poles. So this pole section right here is 13 feet. It can get attached to this unit right here simply by unscrewing, this section. If you wanted to swap it out, you would just unscrew that one. You notice there's a cable in here. So that cable for this section has to be disconnected. You have another cable that will then connect in to this main body of the unit, and then you would feed this cable down into this extended extension, and then you would plug this into your camera and then screw that into the end of this, and you'd be good to go. It has a optional 3-foot extension, so you can extend this extension set 3 feet, and also the one that is carried on the unit by 3 feet. And both of these are going to be stored in this black PVC holder right here, and you can put that on the top of the squad, maybe in one of the larger storage boxes. I don't anticipate that you'd be using these a whole lot, but they are there for your convenience. And that's all I got. Any questions, give me a call. Have a nice day. Merry Christmas.